Captain Sarah Chin was tired, very tired. She had been flying her patrol ship near Jupiter for 6 months. Every day was the same. Check the scanners. Look for problems. Find nothing. Go to sleep. Wake up. Do it again. Another boring day in space, she said to herself. Her crew was small. Only 5 people. Mike was a pilot. Emma was a computer expert. Dr. James took care of medical problems. And 2 security officers, Marcus and Lisa. They were good people. But even good people get bored. Captain, Mike called from the pilot seat. I'm seeing something on the scanner. Sarah walked to the front of the ship. What is it? Not sure. Looks like cargo containers. Maybe 20 or 30 of them, just floating in space. Sarah looked at the screen. Mike was right. A group of large containers was drifting slowly through the darkness. Probably space junk, Emma said. Companies dump old containers out here all the time. Sarah nodded. Yeah, probably, but we should check. It's our job. The ship moved closer to the containers. They were big, very big. Each one was the size of a school bus. They were gray and old. Some had dents and scratches. These containers look military, Marcus said. He was the head of security. See those marks? That's government property. Sarah felt something strange in her stomach. A bad feeling. Why would the government dump containers all the way out here? She asked. Nobody had an answer. Take us closer, Mike, Sarah ordered. The ship moved slowly toward the containers. Sarah counted them. Not 20, not 30, 42 containers, all floating together. Captain, Lisa said suddenly. Her voice was shaking. Look at container number 7. The door. Sarah looked. One container had a door that was slightly open. Just a crack. Maybe 2 inches. That's weird, Mike said. These containers should be sealed shut. Sarah grabbed her binoculars. She looked at the open door carefully. Then she saw it. A hand. A small hand pressed against the glass window of the container door. Sarah's heart stopped. Oh my God, she whispered. What? Emma asked. What is it? There's someone in there, Sarah said. Her voice was quiet, scared. There's a child in that container. The crew went silent. Dr. James ran to the scanner. His fingers moved fast on the keyboard. He was checking for life signs. Captain, he said slowly, I'm picking up life signs. How many? Sarah asked. Dr. James looked at her. His face was white. 12,000. What? Sarah couldn't believe it. That's impossible. The scanner doesn't lie, Dr. James said. There are 12,000 human life signs. All of them are children, ages 3 to 12. Sarah felt sick. 12,000 children. In space. Floating. Alone. Who would do this? Lisa whispered. I don't know, Sarah said. But we're going to find out. Mike, get us right next to Container 7. Marcus, Lisa, get the rescue equipment ready. We're opening that container. The crew moved fast. Everyone had a job. Everyone was scared. But everyone was ready to help. The ship connected to container number 7. Sarah put on her spacesuit. Marcus and Lisa did the same. Be careful, Emma said. We don't know what's in there. Sarah nodded. She opened the airlock door. Cold air rushed out. She walked into the container. It was dark inside. Very dark. Sarah turned on her flashlight. What she saw made her want to cry. Children. Dozens of children. They were lying on metal beds. They were wearing white hospital gowns. Their skin was pale. Too pale. And they all had strange marks on their arms. The marks were glowing. Soft blue light coming from their skin. Hello? Sarah called out. Can you hear me? We're here to help you. Slowly, one child sat up. A little girl, maybe 7 years old. She had short black hair and big brown eyes. Are you real? The girl asked. Her voice was so quiet. Yes, Sarah said. She took off her helmet. I'm Captain Sarah Chan. I'm real, and I'm going to save you. The little girl started to cry. They told us nobody would come, she said. They told us we were contaminated. They said we had to be thrown away. Sarah felt anger rising in her chest. Who told these children that? Who called them contaminated? What's your name? Sarah asked gently. Luna, the girl said. Well, Luna, you are not contaminated. And you are not trash. You are a child. And children deserve to be saved. More children started waking up. They looked scared, confused, but also hopeful. Sarah pressed a button on her communication device. Emma, prepare the medical bay for emergency rescue. We're bringing them all in, every single child. All 12,000? Emma asked. Yes, Sarah said firmly. All 12,000. We're not leaving anyone behind. As the rescue began, Luna grabbed Sarah's hand. Captain, she whispered, there's something you should know. What is it? Luna's eyes filled with tears. Don't let them find us. Please. If they find us, they'll dump us again. Or worse. Sarah knelt down. Who are them? Luna looked toward the darkness of space. The ones who made us, she said. The ones who threw us away. These children were not supposed to exist. The medical bay was full of children. Dr. James had never seen anything like this in his life. 12,000 children. All of them weak. All of them scared. All of them had those strange glowing marks on their skin. He was examining a young boy named Alex. The boy was 8 years old. He had blonde hair and green eyes. The glowing mark on his arm was brighter than the others. Does it hurt? Dr. James asked, touching the mark gently. No, Alex said. It never hurts. It just glows sometimes. Dr. James took a blood sample. He walked his computer and put the blood under the scanner. What he saw made no sense. Captain Chun, he called out, you need to see this. Right now. Sarah came running. She had been helping children get food and water. What's wrong? She asked. Dr. James pointed at the computer screen. This is Alex's DNA structure. Sarah looked at the screen. She didn't understand much about science, but she could see something was different. It looks strange, she said. Strange? Dr. James laughed, but it wasn't a happy laugh. Captain, this is impossible. This boy's DNA has extra sequences. Sequences I've never seen before. His cells regenerate 3 times faster than normal humans. What does that mean? Sarah asked. It means he heals incredibly fast. If he gets a cut, it would heal in minutes, not days. If he breaks a bone, it would heal in hours, not weeks. Sarah felt cold. All of them? All 12,000 children. I've tested 50 so far. All the same. But that's not the strangest part. There's more. Sarah couldn't believe it. Dr. James nodded. Watch this. He called Alex over. Alex, I want you to think about moving that cup on the table. Don't touch it. Just think about it. Alex looked confused. Just think about it? Yes. Close your eyes. Focus on the cup. Imagine it moving. Alex closed his eyes. He looked very focused. The cup started to shake. Then it lifted off the table. It floated in the air for 3 seconds. Then it dropped. Sarah's mouth fell open. Did he just move that with his mind? Telekinesis, Dr. James said. 5 children I tested can do it. Others can do different things. One girl can read thoughts. Another boy can see in complete darkness. These children aren't normal, Captain. They're enhanced. Sarah sat down. Her legs felt weak. We need to find out who they are, where they came from. Emma was already working on it. Her fingers flew across the keyboard in the computer room. I'm searching Earth's birth records, she said. Every child born in the last 12 years should be registered. She typed in the first child's name, Luna Martinez, age 7. No results found. She tried another name, Alex Parker, age 8. No results found. She tried 10 more names. Nothing. That's impossible, Emma said. Every birth is recorded. It's the law. Try the government database, Sarah said. Emma typed quickly. She accessed the military database. She searched for Project Genesis, the name she saw on the containers. The screen went black. Then red letters appeared. File classified, level 10. Access denied. Level 10. Emma whispered. That's the highest classification. Only the top generals have access to level 10 files. Sarah felt anger building inside her. Try harder. We need to know what this is. Emma worked for 3 hours. She used every trick she knew. Finally, she broke through a small crack in the security. One file downloaded before the system locked her out. The file was labeled Project Genesis Final Report. Sarah, Emma, and Dr. James read it together. What they read made them sick. The report said, Project Genesis began 15 years ago. Goal: create enhanced human soldiers. Method: genetic modification of human embryos. Result: 12,000 successful subjects with enhanced abilities. Problem: subjects developed faster than expected. Showed signs of independent thinking. Refused combat training. Deemed too dangerous to control. Solution: termination protocol approved. Subjects labeled as contaminated biological waste. Disposal authorized in Deep Space Sector 7. Sarah's hands shook as she read. They made these children in a lab. They wanted super soldiers. When the children wouldn't fight, they threw them away like garbage. These are children, Dr. James said. His voice was full of anger. They created children and then tried to murder them. Emma kept reading. There's more. It says all records were erased. Birth certificates deleted. DNA samples destroyed. According to this report, these children were never supposed to exist. Who ordered this? Sarah asked. Emma scrolled down to the bottom of the report. Approved by General Marcus Voss, Earth Defense Command. Date: 3 months ago. Suddenly, the ship's alarm started blaring. Mike's voice came through the speakers. Captain, 3 ships just appeared on our scanner. They're military, and they're heading straight for us. Sarah ran to the bridge. On the screen, she could see 3 black military ships. They were big. They had weapons. A face appeared on the communication screen. A man in a military uniform. He had cold eyes and a hard face. This is Commander Voss of the Earth Defense Fleet. The man said, You are in possession of illegal government property. Return the cargo immediately. Sarah stared at him. Cargo? You mean the children? Those are not children, Voss said. His voice was ice cold. They are failed experiments. Contaminated biological materials. You have no authority to take them. I have every authority, Sarah shot back. I'm a rescue captain, and I found 12,000 children who were dumped in space to die. Voss's face didn't change. You don't understand what you're dealing with. Those things are dangerous. Return them now, or I will take them by force. The screen went black. Sarah's communication device beeped. A text message from an unknown sender. It said, Return the cargo or everyone dies. This is your only warning. Sarah looked at her crew. They all looked scared, but they also looked determined. What do we do, Captain? Mike asked. Sarah thought about Luna, about Alex, about all 12,000 children who were sleeping in the medical bay. Children who had been created, used, and thrown away. We protect them, Sarah said, no matter what. Behind her, she didn't see Luna standing in the doorway. Luna had heard everything. The little girl's eyes started to glow bright blue. They're coming for us again, Luna whispered. The government wants them back, dead or alive. The 3 military ships got closer. They moved like sharks in the water. Slow, dangerous, ready to attack. Sarah stood on the bridge. Her crew was at their stations. Everyone was quiet. Everyone was waiting. Captain, Mike said softly, their weapons are powering up. Sarah could see it on the screen. The military ships had enough firepower to destroy her ship in seconds. Shields up, she ordered. But don't charge weapons. Not yet. Captain, we can't fight 3 military ships, Marcus said. We'll lose. I know, Sarah said. But maybe we don't have to fight. She pressed the communication button. Commander Voss, this is Captain Chun. Let's talk about this. We can find a solution. Voss's face appeared on screen again. He looked annoyed. There is nothing to talk about, he said. You have 30 seconds to transfer the cargo to my ships. After that, I will open fire. These children are not cargo. Sarah shouted. They're human beings. They are weapons, Voss said coldly. Weapons that we created. Weapons that belong to us. You don't own people, Sarah said. What you did is illegal. You created children and tried to kill them. When Earth finds out, Earth will never find out, Voss interrupted, because you and your crew will disappear, just like the experiments. Sarah felt ice in her stomach. He was going to kill all of them. 20 seconds, Voss said. In the medical bay, the children could feel something was wrong. They gathered together. Alex stood in front. Luna held his hand. They found us, one child said. They're going to take us back, another cried. No, Alex said firmly. The captain won't let them. But even as he said it, he could feel the fear. The same fear from when they dumped him in space. The fear of being unwanted, of being trash. Luna closed her eyes. She could sense the military ships. She could sense the weapons charging. They're going to shoot, she whispered. Alex felt something burning inside him. Not pain. Something else. Something powerful. His mark started to glow. Bright blue. Then brighter. Almost white. Alex. Luna said, scared. What's happening to you? I don't know, Alex said. But I'm not going to let them hurt us. Not again. On the bridge, the countdown hit 0. Time's up, Voss said. Fire. The military ships launched missiles. 6 missiles heading straight for Sarah's ship. Brace for impact. Mike shouted. Sarah closed her eyes. This was it. But the impact never came. Instead, a bright light filled all the screens. A light. So bright everyone had to look away. When Sarah opened her eyes, she couldn't believe what she saw. The missiles had stopped. They were frozen in space. Just floating there. Not moving. What the... Marcus whispered. Then the missiles turned around. Slowly. Like invisible hands were pushing them. They flew back toward the military ships. Evasive maneuvers. Voss screamed on his ship. The military ships moved fast. The missiles missed them. But everyone was confused. Captain, Emma said, her voice shaking. That energy, it came from the medical bay. Sarah ran. She ran as fast as she could to the medical bay. What she saw stopped her in her tracks. Alex was floating, actually floating in the air. His whole body was glowing. His eyes were pure white light. Energy crackled around him like lightning. All the other children were glowing too, not as bright as Alex, but their marks were all shining. Alex, Sarah called out. The boy turned his head. When he spoke, his voice sounded different, older, stronger. They want to hurt us, Alex said. I won't let them. Alex, listen to me, Sarah said gently. I know you're scared, but you have to calm down. They threw us away, Alex said. Energy waves pulsed from his body. They said we were contaminated. They wanted us to die. Luna stepped forward. Alex, please. The captain is trying to help us. Alex looked at Luna. Some of the light faded from his eyes. But they're still out there, Alex said. They'll keep coming. On the bridge, Voss was staring at his screens in shock. What was that? One of his officers asked. Impossible, Voss muttered. The experiments were never this powerful. Never. He grabbed his communication device. All ships, lock weapons on target. Fire everything. Don't stop until that ship is destroyed. But before he could give the final order, something strange happened. All the weapons on all 3 military ships shut down. The lights flickered. The engine stopped. Sir, an officer shouted. We've lost all power. What? How? On Sarah's ship, in the medical bay, 12,000 children were standing together, all of them glowing, all of them connected. Alex wasn't alone anymore. Every child was using their power together. One child could move small objects, but 12,000 together? They could disable entire warships. Sarah watched in amazement. These children were more powerful than anyone imagined. We don't want to hurt anyone, Luna said. She was speaking for all the children. We just want to live. We just want to be free. The light slowly faded. Alex floated back down to the ground. He looked tired. Did it work? He asked weakly. Yes, Sarah said, putting her hand on his shoulder. You stopped them. But her communication device beeped. It was Emma from the bridge. Captain, you need to see this. Sarah ran back to the bridge. On the screen, she saw something that made her heart sink. More ships were appearing. Not 3 this time. 15 military ships. A whole fleet. They were surrounding Sarah's ship from all sides. Voss appeared on screen. His face was red with anger. You just attacked military vessels, he said. That's an act of war. Now I don't need to hide anything. I could destroy you legally. Sarah felt hopeless. Even with the children's powers, they couldn't fight 15 ships. We're surrounded, Mike said quietly. Marcus checked his weapons. Even if we fight, we can't win. Sarah looked at her crew. She looked at the children behind her. She had promised to protect them. But how could she protect them from an entire fleet? Then Luna tugged on her sleeve. Captain, the little girl said, we're receiving a message. From Voss? Sarah asked. No, Luna said. Her eyes were wide. From space. From somewhere else. On the scanner, a new signal appeared. It was big, very big, bigger than all the military ships combined. Something was coming out of hyperspace. Something massive. The scanner screen showed a ship unlike anything Sarah had ever seen. It was beautiful. It was huge. And it was heading right toward them. What is that? Mike whispered. Luna smiled for the first time since they found her. They came, she said. They finally came. Who came? Sarah asked. Luna looked up at her with those big brown eyes. Our family, she said. Our other family. Why they created superhuman children. The massive ship appeared in space like a dream. It was silver and gold. It glowed with soft purple light. The design was nothing like human ships. It had curves instead of sharp edges. It looked alive somehow. Captain, Emma said from her station, that ship is 10 times bigger than the biggest Earth ship ever built. Sarah stared at the screen. Is it alien? Before anyone could answer, all the children in the medical bays started moving. They walked to the windows. Their eyes were glowing again. But this time it was different. This time they looked happy. Luna pressed her small hand against the window. They heard us, she whispered. They heard our call. Alex stood next to her. I can feel them. In my mind. They're talking to me. What are they saying? Sarah asked. They're saying welcome home. Commander Voss saw the alien ship too. His face went white. No, he muttered. No, no, no. They weren't supposed to know. How do they know? One of his officers looked confused. Sir? Who are they? Voss didn't answer. He was pressing buttons frantically. All ships retreat. Retreat now. But before the military ships could move, the alien ship did something strange. It sent out a wave of energy. Not a weapon. Something gentle. Like a blanket of light. All the military ships stopped moving. They couldn't move. But they also weren't damaged. Then a voice came through every speaker on every ship. It was calm. Musical. Not quite human. Humans of Earth. The voice said, we are the Etherians. We come in peace. We come for the children. Sarah grabbed her communication device. This is Captain Sarah Chun of the rescue ship Phoenix. Who are you? What do you want with these children? There was a pause. Then the voice spoke again. Captain Chun, may we come aboard your ship? There is much to explain. And the children, they deserve to know the truth. Sarah looked at Dr. James. He shrugged. We don't have much choice, Captain. All right, Sarah said. You can come aboard. But only 3 of you. And no weapons. We carry no weapons. The voice said. We never have. A small shuttle left the alien ship. It landed gently in Sarah's cargo bay. Sarah and her crew waited, weapons ready. The children gathered behind them. The shuttle door opened. 3 beings stepped out. They looked almost human, but not quite. They were tall, Very tall, maybe 7 feet. Their skin had a slight silver shimmer. Their eyes were large and kind. They wore robes that seemed to change color. The one in front stepped forward. I am Keeper Theron. These are healers Arya and Zek. We thank you for protecting the children. How do you know about them? Sarah asked. Theron looked sad. Because we gave Earth the gift to create them, and Earth betrayed that gift. I don't understand, Sarah said. Perhaps this will help, Emma suddenly called out. She was at her computer. Captain, during the battle, my system automatically downloaded data from the military ships. I found something. A file. It's incredible. Show me, Sarah said. Emma pressed a button. A video started playing on the main screen. The video was old, 20 years old. It showed Earth, but there were ships in space. Alien ships, hundreds of them, approaching Earth. A voice in the video said, "This is Earth Defense Command. Unknown vessels. Identify yourself." The alien ships responded, "We are the Etherians. We bring warning. A great enemy is coming. An enemy that destroys worlds. They will reach Earth in 30 years. You must prepare." Sarah watched, shocked. The video continued. Earth leaders met with the Etherians. The aliens offered help. "We cannot fight your war for you," Keeper Theron said in the video. "But we can help you become stronger. We offer you our DNA. Mix it with yours. Create a new generation. Stronger, faster, smarter. They will be the bridge between our species. They will protect Earth when the enemy comes." Earth leaders agreed. The video showed scientists working, taking alien DNA, mixing it with human DNA, creating embryos, growing them in labs, creating children, the Project Genesis children. Sarah felt sick. "You gave them your DNA?" The real Theron, standing in front of her, nodded. "Yes, it was meant to be a gift, a partnership. The children would be part human, part Etherian, the best of both species." "But Earth didn't want a partnership," Dr. James said quietly. "No," Theron said sadly. "Earth wanted weapons. They wanted soldiers. When the children grew and showed kindness, showed emotion, showed free will, Earth called them failures." Alex stepped forward. His voice was small. "So we're not human?" Theron knelt down to look Alex in the eyes. "You are human. You carry human DNA, human hearts, human souls. But you also carry Etherian DNA. You are both. You are something new, something beautiful." Luna started crying. "But they said we were contaminated. They said we were broken." Healer Arya moved closer. She touched Luna's face gently. "You are not contaminated, little one. You are perfect. You are exactly what you were meant to be." "The marks on their skin," Dr. James said. "That's from your DNA?" "Yes," Zek said. "Those marks appear when Etherian DNA activates. They are signs of power, of life, of connection." Emma was still reading the files. Her face went pale. "Captain," she said, "there's more. The file says Earth didn't just want soldiers. They wanted to study the children, learn how to make weapons from their DNA. And when the children refused to cooperate, when they showed they couldn't be controlled, General Voss ordered them eliminated." Sarah looked at the screen. The file showed Voss's orders clearly. "Project Genesis subjects are too dangerous to control, too unpredictable. Recommend immediate termination. Dispose of all evidence." He was going to kill them all, Marcus said. All 12,000 children, just because he couldn't control them. Theron's face became hard. "We felt the children's fear. We felt their pain when they were abandoned in space. That is why we came. We will not allow Earth to harm them again." "What do you want?" Sarah asked. "We want to take the children home," Theron said. "To our world, where they will be safe, where they will be loved, where they will never be called contaminated again." The children looked at each other. Some looked hopeful. Some looked scared. "You want to take them away from Earth?" Sarah said, "Earth threw them away." Arya said simply, "Why should they stay?" Alex looked up at Theron. "What about the enemy? The one you warned Earth about?" Theron's expression changed. "They are still coming. In 10 years, they will reach Earth. And Earth is not ready. Earth will fall. But we were made to stop them, Alex said. Weren't we? Yes, Theron said. You were, but Earth does not want you. Sarah's communication device beeped. It was Voss. His face appeared on screen. He looked desperate now. Captain Chun, listen to me, he said. Those aliens are lying. The children are dangerous. They need to be contained. If you give them to the aliens, Earth loses its only defense. Defense? Sarah shouted. You tried to murder them. I did what I had to do. Voss yelled. Those things are too powerful, too dangerous. Behind Voss, Sarah could see more ships arriving. Dozens of them. Last chance, Captain, Voss said. Surrender the experiments, or I will destroy all of you, aliens included. The screen went black. Sarah looked at the children, at the Etherians, at her crew. We need to decide, she said. Right now, do the children go with the Etherians, or do they stay and fight for Earth? Alex looked at the other children. Luna held his hand. All 12,000 children were connected, thinking together. Finally, Alex spoke. We need to talk, he said. All of us. Together, we need to make a choice. The children received a signal. From their other home, the children gathered in the largest room of the ship. All 12,000 of them. They sat together on the floor, holding hands. Eyes closed, thinking together. Sarah watched them. She had never seen anything like this. They looked so peaceful, so connected. What are they doing? She whispered to Keeper Theron. They are sharing minds, Theron said softly. All Etherians can do this. The children have this ability too. When they connect, they are one being, one voice, one decision. The light around the children grew brighter. Their marks glowed in patterns, like waves of light moving through them. Then something strange happened. All the children opened their eyes at the same time. Their eyes were pure silver, not white like before. Silver, like mirrors. Luna stood up, but when she spoke, it wasn't just her voice. It was all their voices together. 12,000 voices speaking as one. We hear you, the children said together. Sarah felt chills run down her spine. Theron smiled. They have fully awakened. The Etherian DNA is complete. The children turned their silver eyes toward the Etherian ship outside. You called us home, they said, but Earth is our home too. Suddenly, everyone on Sarah's ship heard a voice in their heads, not with their ears, in their minds. The voice was ancient, powerful, but also gentle. Children of two worlds, the voice said, we are the elders of Etheria. We have watched you since your creation. We have felt your pain. We have mourned with you. Sarah grabbed her head. Is everyone hearing this? Mike nodded. Emma nodded. Everyone was hearing it. The voice continued. 20 years ago, we gave Earth a great gift. We gave them our DNA, our life essence. We trusted them to create something beautiful. Images filled everyone's minds. Memories, but not their memories. Etherian memories. They saw the Etherian homeworld. It was beautiful. Cities of crystal and light. Gardens that floated in the air. People living in peace. Then they saw darkness. A fleet of black ships. Monsters that destroyed planets. The Scourge, the Elder's voice said, they have destroyed 100 worlds. They are coming to Earth. We tried to warn your planet. We tried to help. More images. The Etherians meeting Earth leaders. Offering the DNA. Hoping to create defenders. We did not know Earth would treat the children as weapons, the voice said sadly. We did not know Earth would try to destroy them. The children spoke again in their unified voice. Why didn't you come sooner? Why did you let them throw us away? There was pain in the elder's response. We could not interfere directly. There are laws, universal laws. Each species must choose its own path. We could only watch, only wait, until you call for us. We didn't call for you, the children said. But you did, the elder replied. When you were thrown into space, when you faced death, all 12,000 of you cried out together. Your pain echoed across the stars. We heard you, and we came. Sarah stepped forward. What do you want from them? The elder's voice became gentle when speaking to her. Captain Sarah-chan, you have a good heart. You saved the children when your own species abandoned them. For that, we honor you. Just answer the question, Sarah said. What do you want? We want to give the children a choice. The elder said, come with us to Etheria. Live in peace. Be loved. Be safe. Never fear again. And if they stay on Earth? Sarah asked. Silence. Then the elder spoke. Earth has turned against them. Even now, your military prepares to destroy them. If they stay, they will always be hunted, always be feared, always be called monsters. Alex's individual voice broke through the unified voice. But what about the scourge? What about the enemy coming to Earth? Earth made its choice, the elder said. Earth chose to destroy its defenders. When the scourge arrives in 10 years, Earth will face them alone. Billions of people will die, Dr. James said. Yes, the elder said simply. That is the consequence of Earth's choice. On the bridge, alarms started blaring. Captain, Mike called out. The military fleet is moving into attack position. 20 ships now, all weapons charged. Voss's voice came through the speakers. This is your final warning, he shouted. Return our property or be destroyed. You have 60 seconds. Keeper Theron looked at Sarah. You must evacuate your crew to our ship. When the attack begins, your ship will be destroyed. I'm not abandoning my ship, Sarah said firmly. Then you will die, Theron said. For children that are not even your species. Sarah looked at all the children. At Luna. At Alex. At all 12,000 faces looking at her with hope. Maybe they're not my species, Sarah said. But they're children, and children deserve to be protected. That's what humans do. At least, that's what humans should do. Luna broke away from the group. She ran to Sarah and hugged her. I don't want you to die, Luna cried. I won't, Sarah said. But she didn't know if that was true. The countdown continued. 30 seconds. Alex walked forward. His eyes were back to normal now. Green. Human, but determined. We need to make a choice, he said. Right now, go with the Etherians or stay and fight. Fight. Sarah said, Alex, you can't fight a whole fleet. Maybe we can't, Alex said. But maybe we don't have to. He turned to the other children. If we leave, Earth will be destroyed by the scourge. Billions of people will die. People who had nothing to do with what happened to us. They threw us away, another child said bitterly. The government threw us away, Alex corrected. Not the people. Most people don't even know we exist. Luna wiped her tears. So what do we do? Alex looked at Keeper Theron. If we stay, will you help us? Theron hesitated. We cannot fight Earth's battles. I'm not asking you to fight, Alex said. I'm asking you to teach us. Train us. Help us become what we were meant to be. Protectors, not weapons. Protectors. The countdown hit 10 seconds. Sarah grabbed her communication device. Voss, wait. Don't fire. But Voss wasn't listening. 5, 4, 3. The children all joined hands again. All 12,000 of them. Their eyes turned silver once more. We choose Earth, they said together. We choose to stay. 2, 1. Fire. 20 military ships launched their missiles. Hundreds of missiles, all heading toward Sarah's ship. But the children raised their hands together. And something impossible happened. The space between the missiles and the ship changed. It was like the air itself became solid. An invisible wall. The missiles hit the wall and stopped, just frozen in space. Hundreds of them. On the military ships, every screen went crazy. Every system failed. What's happening? Voss screamed. His science officer checked the readings. Her face went pale. Sir, she whispered, they're not just powerful. They're rewriting reality. They're changing the laws of physics around us. Voss stared at the screen in horror. The children's voice echoed through space, through every ship, through every mind. We are the children of two worlds, they said. We were made to protect Earth. And that is what we will do, not because Earth deserves it, but because it is right. They released the missiles, but instead of exploding, the missiles just floated away harmlessly into space. We will not hurt you, the children said, but we will not let you hurt us either. Go home. Tell your leaders. The age of throwing away children is over. The military ships began to retreat, one by one, even Voss's ship. As they left, Voss sent one final message. This isn't over. Earth will never accept you. You made a mistake staying. The transmission ended. Sarah looked at Alex. Are you sure about this? You could have been safe. Alex smiled. It was a tired smile, but sure one. We're already home, Captain, he said. Now we just have to convince Earth of that. 12,000 children just changed humanity's fate. The military ships came back. Not 20 this time. 50 ships. All of them surrounding Sarah's ship. All of them with weapons pointed at the children. Commander Voss was angry. Very angry. You humiliated me. His voice crackled through the speakers. You humiliated Earth Defense Command. That ends now. Sarah looked at the screen. 50 ships. Even with the children's powers, this was too many. Voss, please listen to reason, she said. These children just want to live. They're not your enemy. They stopped being human the moment alien DNA entered their bodies, Voss said coldly. They're abominations. Mistakes. And I'm going to fix that mistake. Behind Sarah, the Etherian ship powered up. It glowed brighter. Keeper Theron's voice was firm. If you attack the children, we will defend them. We have weapons that your species cannot imagine. Then this becomes an act of war. Voss responded. Alien ships attacking human vessels. The entire Earth fleet will come. Are you ready for that? Theron was quiet. Sarah could see the conflict on his face. Starting a war between Earth and Etheria would kill millions, maybe billions. We cannot, Theron finally said. We cannot start a war. The laws forbid it. Voss laughed. It was an ugly sound. Then you lose. The children are mine. Sarah felt helpless. The Etherians couldn't fight. Her ship couldn't fight. What could they do? Then she felt a small hand slip into hers. Luna stood beside her. But Luna wasn't alone. Alex was there. And behind them, all 12,000 children were walking onto the bridge. What are you doing? Sarah asked. It's not safe here. We need to talk to them, Luna said softly. We need to talk to Earth. Alex stepped forward. He pressed a button on the communication console. His face appeared on screens in all 50 military ships. My name is Alex, he said. His voice was calm, strong. I am 8 years old. I like drawing and stories and ice cream. I am also part alien. Does that make me a monster? Some of the military crew members looked uncomfortable. Alex continued. We didn't ask to be created. We didn't ask for alien DNA. We didn't choose any of this. But we are here. We exist. And we have a choice to make. More children stepped forward. A girl named Maya spoke next. I'm Maya. I'm 6 years old. When they put us in those containers, I was so scared. I thought nobody cared. I thought we were trash. A boy named Chun spoke. I'm Chun. I'm 10. I used to wonder why I was different, why I could do things other kids couldn't. Now I know, and I'm not ashamed anymore. One by one, children spoke, telling their stories, saying their names, making themselves real, not experiments, not cargo. Children, on Voss's ship, some crew members were crying. They hadn't thought about the children as people before, just as problems, as threats. But hearing their voices, seeing their faces, it was different. Enough! Voss shouted, this is manipulation. Don't listen to them. But his own crew was listening. They couldn't help it. Then all 12,000 children joined hands again. Their eyes turned silver. When they spoke, it was with one voice, a voice that echoed in every ship, in every mind. We are not human, they said. We are not alien. We are both. We are something new. We are the future. The children's presence filled everyone's thoughts. Not forcing, not controlling, just showing who they really were. Earth created us to protect them, the children continued. Then Earth threw us away when we showed love instead of hate, when we showed mercy instead of violence, when we showed we were more than weapons. Sarah watched, amazed. The children weren't attacking. They were teaching. We could leave, the children said. The Etherians offered us safety, a home where we would never be hurt again, never be called monsters, never be unwanted. Every person listening held their breath. But we choose Earth, the children said firmly. Voss's face went red. You don't have a choice. We do, the children replied. And we choose to stay. We choose to protect Earth. Not because Earth deserves it. Not because Earth was kind to us. But because it is our purpose. Because it is right. Alex's individual voice came through. Humans make mistakes. Big mistakes. You made us and threw us away. That was wrong. But you can learn. You can change. You can be better. Luna added her voice. We were made to protect Earth from the scourge, from the enemy coming in 10 years. If we leave, billions of humans will die. Humans who never hurt us. Humans who don't even know we exist. Children who will never be born, Maya said. Families who will be destroyed. We can't let that happen. The children raised their hands together. Power flowed from them. Not destructive power. Creative power. Around Sarah's ship, a shield appeared. Not made of metal or energy. Made of something else. Something beautiful. It looked like crystal and light mixed together. This is what we can do, the children said. Protect, defend, create. We are not weapons. We are guardians. The shield expanded. It covered not just Sarah's ship, but also the Etherian ship. Then something incredible happened. The children reached out with their power toward the military ships, but they didn't attack. All the weapons on all 50 ships simply stopped working. Not destroyed, just disabled. Gently, carefully. We could destroy you, the children said. But we won't, because that's not who we are. On military ships across the fleet, crew members stare at their screens in shock. Weapons offline, one officer reported. Engines still functional, another said. They're not trapping us. They're just protecting themselves. Voss slammed his fist on his console. This is impossible. Override the systems. Get weapons back online. But his crew wasn't moving. They were listening to the children. The children spoke directly to Voss now. Commander Voss, you created us. You tried to kill us. You called us contaminated. You called us mistakes. But we forgive you. I don't want your forgiveness. Voss shouted. We know, the children said, but we give it anyway. Because forgiveness is not for you. It's for us, so we can move forward, so we can heal. Keeper Theron watched with tears in his ancient eyes. They are wiser than most beings who have lived 1,000 years. The children sent a final message, not just to the military ships, to all of Earth, to every screen, every device, every communication system. People of Earth, they said, we are the children you created, the children you threw away. We should hate you. We should leave you to face the scourge alone. But we won't. Images filled every screen. Images of a scourge. The enemy coming. The black ships that destroyed worlds. In 10 years, this enemy will reach Earth, the children warned. They will kill billions. They will destroy everything. Unless Earth has defenders. We are those defenders, the children continued. We were made for this purpose. And we will fulfill it, not as your weapons, not as your property, but as your protectors, as your guardians, as your children. All we ask is one thing, the children said. Accept us. Let us live. Let us grow. Let us be the bridge between humans and Etherians. Together we can survive. Divided we all fall. The message ended with one simple line. We are the children you threw away. We just saved your lives. Now, listen. The shield around the ships faded. The military weapons came back online, but nobody fired across the military fleet. Crew members looked at each other. Some nodded, some cried, some just sat in silence. On Earth, billions of people had seen the message. They were calling their governments, demanding answers, demanding justice. Voss sat in his command chair. His hands were shaking. "Sir," his second officer said quietly, "what are your orders?" Voss looked at the screen, at the children's faces, at Alex, at Luna, at all 12,000. He thought about his own daughter, 7 years old, safe at home. These children were the same age. They just wanted to live. Slowly, Voss reached for the communication button. "All ships," he said, his voice tired. "Stand down. Return to base." "Sir," an officer questioned. "That's an order," Voss said firmly. "We're done here." The military ships began to retreat. Sarah let out a breath she didn't know she was holding. The children released their unified connection. They became 12,000 individuals again, tired, scared, but hopeful. Alex looked up at Sarah. "Did it work? Will they leave us alone now?" Sarah knelt down and hugged him. "I don't know, Alex, but you were amazing. All of you were amazing." Keeper Theron approached. "You chose to stay, to protect the world that hurt you. That is the most Etherean thing you could have done. Will you help us?" Luna asked, "Will you teach us how to fight the scourge?" Theron smiled. "We cannot fight for you, but we can teach you, train you, prepare you. When the scourge comes, you will be ready." Outside on Earth, something was changing. The message from the children had spread everywhere. People were protesting, demanding the children be brought home safely, demanding justice for what was done to them. A new movement was beginning, a movement to accept the children, a movement to protect them, a movement to change. What 12,000 superhuman children did next will shock you. 3 days later, the whole world was watching. Sarah's ship was heading back to Earth. The Etherean ship flew beside them, protecting them, making sure they arrived safely. On Earth, billions of people were glued to their screens. News stations showed the ship's approach. Social media exploded with messages. Hashtag Save the Children was trending worldwide. People were angry, very angry. They had learned the truth about Project Genesis, about the government creating children and throwing them away. Protests filled every major city. Signs read, "They're not weapons, they're kids, and bring our children home." The government had no choice. They had to respond. The president of Earth Council appeared on TV. She looked tired, guilty. "The actions taken by certain members of our military were wrong," she said. "Creating children for warfare was wrong. Attempting to eliminate them was criminal. I promise you, those responsible will face justice." Within hours, Commander Voss was arrested. So were the scientists who ordered the disposal. So were the generals who approved it. They would stand trial. They would answer for their crimes. But the real question remained. What would happen to the children? Sarah landed her ship at the main Earth port. Thousands of people gathered to meet them. News cameras everywhere. Security everywhere, too. Just in case. The ship's door opened slowly. The children stepped out. All 12,000 of them, holding hands, walking together. The crowd went silent. They had seen the children on screens. But seeing them in person was different. They looked so small, so young, so normal, except for the glowing marks on their skin. Those made them special. Luna was the first to speak. Her voice was amplified so everyone could hear. "Hello, Earth," she said nervously. "We're home." The crowd erupted in cheers. People were crying, clapping, waving signs of welcome. The children looked at each other in surprise. They expected fear, anger, rejection. Instead, they found love. A woman in the crowd shouted, "We're sorry. We're so sorry for what they did to you." A man yelled, "You're not alone anymore. We'll protect you." Children in the crowd held up drawings they had made, pictures of hearts and flowers, and welcome messages. Alex stepped forward. Tears ran down his face. "Thank you," he said simply. Over the next few weeks, everything changed. The Earth Council created a new program. They called it the Guardian Initiative. The program had rules. The children would never be forced to fight. The children would get real homes with real families. The children would go to school. Like normal kids, the children would train their abilities. But only if they wanted to. The children would always have a choice. Families from all over Earth volunteered to adopt the children. Thousands of families. Good families who wanted to help. Luna was adopted by a teacher named Mrs. Rodriguez. She lived in a small house with a garden. Luna had her own room with books and toys. She had never been so happy. Alex was adopted by Captain Sarachin herself. Sarah had fallen in love with a brave boy. He called her mom for the first time 2 weeks after moving in. All 12,000 children found homes, found love, found the childhood they were denied. But they didn't forget their purpose. The Etherians kept their promise. Keeper Theron and other teachers came to Earth. They built a training center in a peaceful valley, a place where the children could learn to control their powers, learn to work together, learn to protect. The children trained every day, not as weapons, as guardians. They learned how to create shields. They learned how to heal. They learned how to sense danger. They learned how to fight only when necessary. They learned how to be heroes. The years passed. The children grew. They went to school, made friends, played sports, had birthdays, lived normal lives. But they also prepared, because the scourge was still coming. 5 years after the children came home, Earth had changed. Humans and Etherians worked together now, building defenses, creating alliances, preparing for the threat. And the children were ready. Alex was 13 now, tall and strong. His powers had grown. He could protect an entire city with his shields. Luna was 12. Her telepathy could coordinate thousands of defenders at once. All 12,000 children had grown into their abilities, each one special, each one powerful, each one loved. Then, on a cold winter night, the alarms went off. The scourge had arrived. Black ships filled the sky. Hundreds of them, just like the Etherians had warned. The scourge attacked Earth's outer defenses. They were strong, very strong. People were scared. They remembered the warnings. These enemies destroyed worlds. But Earth had something other worlds didn't.